Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hager Raven. I'm here with my recap and review of Boruto anime episode number 232, which is titled Captain Denki's First Mission, which I actually kind of like this episode, especially with how Denki ended up handling a B rank mission. I enjoyed it, and also this episode ended up basically serving as a beginning to a multi-episode arc where the main characters, including Baruto, Salad, Kawaki, and Mitsuki, will be headed to the Land of Water, and Denki's team is already in the Land of Water in this episode. So I think that in the upcoming episodes, we're going to see Team 7 and Team 5 having to work together in order to face a big threat, which I'm here for. So the episode opens up with Naruto and Shikamaru asking Denki to come over to the Hokage's office, and this is where Naruto tells Denki that there's a mission that needs Team 5 to complete it, and Denki is the right ninja for the job. And Denki is quite excited because this is the first time that Team 5 has been given a B rank mission, and he doesn't want to fail. So basically, the mission deals with Team 5 having to take these 3 robots to Doto Island. Doto Island, even though the people there were fishermen, they ended up discovering gold in the island, and then they started mining the gold in order to sell it and all of that stuff to boost their economy. So, however, the fact is that the geographical location of that particular island, and because of the gold that's there, the terrain is quite complex, and mining does come with certain risks, and that's why they can't mine as fast as they would like. So that's why these 3 advanced robots are being sent to Doto Island in order to help them mine gold in a safer manner. Denki, because he is interested in science and technology, Denki's team has been selected, and Denki is like, you know what, I won't let you down. And while that's happening, Boruto and his friends are talking to Iwabi and Metal Lee, and Iwabi and Metal Lee are feeling disappointed because they're like, you know what, we haven't been given high rank missions while Team 7 has been doing high rank missions. And Boruto's like, maybe that's because Team 7 is more capable. And Iwabi is like, that's rich coming from you. You couldn't even make it to the Chunin exams. But yeah, Denki comes in, and Denki tells Awabi and Metal Lee that they are finally been given a B rank mission, and yeah, they are excited and they are ready. So Team 5 ends up going to Katasuke in order to be briefed about the mission, and this is Doto Island, and you can see that the mountain basically in the middle, that's where all of the gold is. It's a very steep climb, and yeah, this is where they have to mine for the gold. And again, it's quite unstable, and Katasuki is like, so these are the 3 robots that were designed in order to help with the mining process. And Iwabe and Metal Lee and Denki are quite excited about having to transport robots. And Katasuki is like, you know what? There's more to just you having to transport robots, Denki. Because Denki, I need you to do me a favor. And Denki is like, what's the favor? And this is where Katasuke tells Denki that the team that's headed to to Doto Island, those people are basically data analysts. However, what I need is someone who can maintain the robots, and that's where you come in, Denki, because you have what it takes to maintain robots and make the proper adjustments and all of that stuff. And Katasuke was very impressed after seeing Denki's performance during the Chunin exams, and he's like, you have a mind that's able to adapt to ever-changing situations, and I'm quite impressed by that. So I need you to do this favor for me. And Denki's like, I'll see what I can do. And this is also where these two have a conversation about how failure is basically needed in order to make the proper advancements. Because when Katasuke was creating these 3 robots, he ended up failing a lot, but with each failure, he ended up learning something valuable, and that's why he was able to create these robots, and he wants Denki to basically be the same. And then we have a scene where Denki tries out the robots with a controller and all of that stuff. And yeah, he is very excited to complete this mission because Katasuke ended up selecting Denki's team. Because he was like, if this was a simple transport mission, another team could have handled it. But no, Denki, I need you to do the maintenance as well. So that's why your team has been selected. So it's time for them to go out on a mission, and they're waiting for the train to arrive. And Denki is basically, you can tell that Denki hasn't been sleeping much. And Metal Lee and Wabi like, is it because you were very excited about the mission that you couldn't go to sleep? And Denki is like, kind of, but we do get a reasoning later on in the episode. So yeah, everyone is headed to the land of water, and they haven't been there since their field trip, which was like what, episode number 25, way back years ago, 2017, I guess. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things have changed for certain characters over at the land of fire. So land of water, not fire, land of water. So they're in the train, and even though his teammates are eating, Denki is still working on his devices. He is trying to learn as much as possible about a certain thing, which we get to find out later on in the episode. So his team is on the boat, and this old guy starts talking to them about where they're headed and all of that stuff. And Denki is like, Awabi, we are on a top secret mission, so please don't spill a lot of information. And it turns out that Denki is the one, because of his excitement. He ends up telling the old guy a lot about their mission and the robots and all of that stuff. So, with this being a multi episode arc, maybe this old guy will end up serving a purpose later down in the episode. Who knows? So they end up meeting the person in charge of the mine. His name is Unami, I guess, if I remember correctly. And Unami is like, okay, so only three of you have arrived. And Denki is like, no, the data analysts or the data specialists, they will be arriving a bit late. I'm here because I will be maintaining the robots and all of that stuff. And Unami is like, you know what, you are a kid. And he doesn't really look at Denki, and he thinks that he's very capable of doing what's needed. And Denki is like, you know what, I will prove myself. So again, it's a very steep climb. So as they're walking, you can tell that because Denki isn't as physically strong as Iwabi and Metal Lee, he is having trouble with his stamina. But it turns out that even though you can see that Denki is tired, he is still very, very strong compared to a normal non-ninja human. Because while they're taking a break, Unami is like, hey, are you sure that you are even a ninja? You look very tired. You know what? Let me give you a hand. So he tries to pick up the robot, the bag that houses the robot, and he can't pick it up. So you can tell that even though Denki is losing his stamina, he is still very strong compared to normal non-ninja like people like Onami. So they arrive at the mine, and it turns out that the mine operates on a two-shift system because basically the door can't be opened from the inside. It's basically a security protocol to prevent people from stealing gold and running away. So yeah, once they're in, and then the door shuts. If the door is shut, they will have to wait for the other person to come in for his shift in order to open the door from the outside. And you can already tell that, you know what, the door is going to get shut, and Team 7 will be trapped inside. So they end up meeting the miners working in the mine, and this is where Team 5 ends up demonstrating how efficient the little robots are. And they are quite efficient. They end up detecting the gold hidden in the mines and extracting them. And Onami is very, very pleased about how the robots ended up functioning. And then we get to see these two random people, and I'm like, wait. At first I was like, wait, so I think that the conflict could be that the people working in the mines don't appreciate robots possibly taking over their jobs. And yeah, that is a very real life concern, where people even in real life are very concerned about technology making them become obsolete and taking over their jobs and all of that stuff. But no, the conflict inside this particular episode ended up being quite simpler. So it turns out that these two people are actually bandits, and they have been hiding stashes of gold inside the mines, and they are worried that the robots will end up finding them. So they are like, you know what, it's now or never. Let's get our stash of gold and run away. And that's exactly what they do while Denki and his teammates are doing some maintenance on the robots. The bandits pick up their stash of gold and they run away. They use Onami as a hostage so that Team 5 can't attack them. And Iwabi is ready to use his Earth-style jutsu to stop the bandits, but Denki is like, no, if you use Earth-style jutsu inside the mines could collapse. So yeah, we can't do anything. So the bandits run away, and they end up closing the door behind them. And yeah, everyone is stuck inside the mines, and the ventilation system is shut down as well. So they will be running out of oxygen sooner or later. So everyone is like, you know what, we have to think of something. And this is where Denki is like, yeah, I figured it out, because Denki has been reading more about the mines and the terrain and all of that stuff. This is where he ends up realizing that, you know what, we could drill a hole from the side that's more stable, so we can do that. So Denki ends up using the robots to drill a hole, and everyone is free. And this is where Team Five is like, no, our work is still not done. We have to go after the bandits and bring back the gold that they stole. So Team Five goes over the bandits, and goes after the bandits, and this is where they realize that the bandits are actually ninja, because one of the bandits ends up using a water dragon style jutsu, and Awabi blocks it with his mud style wall. And as the bandits are running away, Denki remembers what Katasuke told him about using technology to quickly adapt to ever changing situations or surroundings. And this is where Denki is like, yep, I can actually use the robots to stop the bandits from running away. And he does that. And I actually like this scene. Like, this particular scene ended up serving as another example of Denki's intellect and how he is quite quick when it comes to using technology for his team's benefit. And considering how the Boruto franchise is advancing with welcoming technology and all of that stuff, like, Denki has the potential to become very, very formidable down the line. So they end up stopping the bandits, and Iwabi ends up throwing his weapon to break one of the motors on the boat. So yeah, the bandits have been apprehended because Metal Lee goes in with some close quarter combat, and I'm like, yeah, Metal Lee, I always like seeing Metal Lee fight, and I would like to see him having more fight scenes. But yeah, here's to hoping. So they end up going back to Onami, and Onami has started to respect Denki as a capable ninja. He's like, it's because of you that everyone is safe, and and the stolen gold has been retrieved. And Iwabi is like, yeah, that's because we are the best team from Konoha. And Denki is like, you know what, Iwabi, that's you pushing it a bit. So the data analysts arrive, and yeah, Team Five's work still isn't done. They will be staying in on Doto Island in order to help the team analysts. And this is where Denki's team members end up praising him for how he acted and how he ended up helping them escape from the mines. And this is where it's really revealed that Denki hasn't been having a lot of sleep, because it turns out that he has been staying up late at night, learning everything there is to learn about the mines and the geography of the location and all of that stuff, because he wanted to be successful during this mission and also make Katasuke proud. And that's why he hasn't been sleeping. And yeah, because of all of the information he ended up absorbing, he was able to figure out the proper way, or the most safest way, to escape from the mines. And yeah, Team 5, they will be staying on Doto Island, and judging by the preview of the next episode, Boruto, Mitsuki, Salad, and Kawaki will be making their way to the Land of Water as well. And I guess in like by yeah, like 2-3 more episodes, Team 5 will end up having to work with Team 7 in order to face a threat. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I will be doing a written review of this for the Geek Theory. The link to the review will be published down in the comment section below as soon as the review goes up on the website. Let me know what you thought of episode number 232. I really enjoyed it. I really liked seeing Denki act as a captain. I think he handled the situation quite well. But yeah, let me know what you thought. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later.